Well, he's been doing well, working hard as usual. He's one of the guys you have to pull back. He's a workaholic. Probably some of the main things we've been focusing on are, being stronger at the catch point, getting in and out breaks, just basically receiver one-on-one stuff. And, he's excited about this year, excited about the team, and, we can't wait for Friday. No, we play to win, man. So we'll play the best guys every single game. We do whatever we got to do. We don't count snaps. We don't do any of that. Stuff that was said about Jay Reed earlier, man. I mean, Jay Reed's going into his 5th year, and he's earned some days off. And that's basically what that was. Just took a couple days to get a little rest. But he is 100% ready to go, and like I said, he can't wait till Friday. We're practicing hard. He's working hard. Today from a wide receiver standpoint was a C on the field for me. So, I'm not all smiles today. So, everything's a process. I mean, the entire program is process driven. So, we introduce them to the offense. We see what they can absorb. We see what they can do. And we put them in situations to be successful, to play to their strengths. Learning our offense isn't a very complex offense, but you don't learn it overnight, the details of it. So we'll put those guys in situations to be successful and put them in situations that they've performed well in practice. Right now we've got a good group of young guys, eager to play. All came from their high schools. They were the guy at their high school, but there's a big difference in high school and college ball. So, we'll play them, as we feel, when we feel like they're ready, to contribute to the team in a positive way. Then they'll be out there on the field. Keon's had a good camp. He is. We came in with an open competition, at the wideout positions, and. We let them all know, look, may the best man win. We tried to make sure our reps were very comparable across the board. And he came out and we was given opportunities. He made plays. The one thing about him, he's a big kid, big body. Keon can run also. So, he's and he's a gym rat. He loves football, so he's done well. And, I'm excited to see, what he does on Friday night. Can he transfer the things he's done in practice to game day? He doesn't lack confidence at all. I don't care what it's about. We could be talking about playing kickball. He's gonna kick it the farthest. So he doesn't lack confidence, no doubt. I mean, he came in from from high school, best guy on his team, and a lot of what he did was based off of just being his athletic ability, getting here, learning the ABCs of being a route runner, understanding. Blocking rules, understanding how to block, understanding that, no block, no rock, so all of that was just, part of the maturation process. And he figured it out. And, like I said, it takes, a lot of guys when they're in high school, they want to play their first year. And there are some guys that are ready. And then there's some guys that, it might take a season, or maybe a spring. And then, they figure out, how intense the game is, how fast the game is, how physical the game is. And then once they figure all that out and slow the game down, then we feel like they're ready to contribute and be a part of our offense. Well, I'll tell you what, you get tired of beating on your teammates, so we are, the guys are excited about Friday. We really feel like, from a staff and from our head, man, we got something to prove. So every day we go out to practice. We practice with a chip on our shoulder. We practice physical and fast. And, I'm excited about Friday. They all are. So, you kind of compared our days. These days are soft, man. We went 2-a-days back in the day. Nowadays, you get 1 or 2 practices in a row, then we got to put them in our shells. So, well, I mean, you lost 2 games. So we start out the season as, we're thinking we're going undefeated, week in and week out. That's our approach. Getting better at the small things, getting better at the details, getting in better shape, getting stronger in the weight room, learning how to finish, learning how to win, tough games when you're in a dogfight, learning how to win when everything isn't going, you're not hitting on all cylinders, but still figuring out a way to win. Those are all things that we needed to do better. Trey has taken on a leadership role in our room. When we got here, we kind of challenged Trey to get out of his comfort zone of, he just goes out and works. But now, we're like, look, man, we need you to talk to these young guys. We need you to pull these young guys along. And he's done a tremendous job of doing that. And I think it's actually helped him to be, a better wideout because it's forced him to, focus more on the details. I pushed Trey to be a better route runner, to work on the ABCs of being a wideout, getting in and out of breaks, using your hands, being physical at the break point and catch point. So he's taken all that and absorbed it, and he played well towards the end of the year, and I think the sky's the limit for Trey. Well, I mean, I'd say ask me in about 4 weeks. I'll let you know. I think we got some talent in the room. Guys that I think the biggest thing is we had a lot of guys that we have some good receivers, and it created great competition within the room, which kind of pushed the ceiling of our room, which is what we want on our team. We want that in actually every single position room. So in about a month, man, ask me again. Let me see what we transfer from the practice field to the game field and making plays and winning our one-on-one matchups and all that good stuff. Speaking from the mind of a wideout, you got to have some swagger about you to play this position. I love guys that are confident, and there is a fine line where being confident and being cocky, where you can be a problem in the room and stuff like that. It's not that. He's a confident kid. He's confident in his ability. And as a wideout coach, you love that. Those are the kind of guys that I want to recruit. I want to recruit guys who want to be great and, sometimes not afraid to tell you how great they are, and then I challenge them, look, can you back all that talk up? Let's back it up on the practice field and transfer it to the game on Friday and Saturday. So the one thing I'll say about the whole confidence thing with him is there's not any debate. There's not any I was open and you threw a bad ball type of deal, or I'm always open. He's not that kind of guy. He's just, he's a good kid that is confident in his ability, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like it's here comes Keon and he comes in the room and he's the biggest thing in the room. It's not that. It's just that every single guy that plays on our team that actually plays and contributes has they got great confidence. They got a little ego about them, a little edge about them, which as a coach you love that. I think it complements each other. As a wideout man, you got to be confident in what you do, and you got to be able to walk the walk and sometimes talk the talk, which we don't talk here, but I did it for a lot of years, man. So the thought process of playing, when it's time to compete, I'm the baddest guy out there, so that's the kind of confidence, a lot of what my guys do actually, starts with me, because I always talk to them about, I'm fortunate to coach wideouts, but I'm a wide receiver at heart, so it's, so a lot of times I know exactly what they're thinking when they're not getting the ball. I understand the feelings. I understand everything they're going through because I've been there and done that. So I kind of know how to navigate them through it because I've actually lived it, and it's what I am. Well, just the fact that one of the best players on your team, one of your best players on your team and one of the best players in the entire country comes out and works his tail off every day in practice. Was first in all the drills. Was in his book in meetings. Sits in the front row in meetings with his notepad out in our big team meeting and in my position room. So then the younger guys take a look and say, oh, wow, look what Jay Reed's doing. And definitely as a coach, I point that out. Like, look, this guy's on every watch list. He's an All-American. Watch what he's doing, because what he's doing is what you need to be doing. And so it just, it helps to push the ceiling, and the one thing with him, if they try to outwork him, it just pushes him to work harder, so it's great to have in your room. I think our offense, we'll do whatever it takes to win. Whether we got to we'll do whatever it takes. Whether we can pound the team and run the ball 40 times, or it takes us, having to throw the ball 50 times. I think we have those kind of dudes on our team that we can take what the defense is giving us. And there's some things, we're gonna make the decision to say, you know what, we're running the ball on this play or we're throwing the ball on this play, and I think we got those kind of athletes to be able to make those decisions and be able to execute. The win in Pittsburgh, I mean, it's kind of exactly what I said. I mean, we did what we had to do. We didn't run the ball that great, but we were able to start throwing the ball in the second half and kind of open the game up. Anytime you win, great confidence. We came out of that game with great confidence, wishing there was another game. I mean, there's a process of how we do things. From a receiver standpoint, making sure that basically we start out teaching from the ground up. Making sure that our guys are very detail oriented. Always taking notes. We're big on technique and fundamentals. Just making sure that we're hammering home the technique and fundamentals. Also talking about mental and physical and emotional toughness. That's all part of the process of building, the part of building a true Spartan dog. So it's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. We'll start out with our dudes, the guys that are our starters, and then we will definitely. I think we may play some more guys than we played in the past, possibly. But it's like I say, man, we play to win. And we do what it got to take, and we prepare our guys to play 60 minutes. We prepare our wideouts and everybody on our team. We got to go 75 plays on offense, and you got to play 65 of them. We condition you that way, mentally and physically, to get it done. So, it's hard to say. Standing here, we'll see how the flow of the game goes, and we'll see who gets in there. Well, I mean, it's been everything I thought it would be. For me, coaching wideouts is, it's like putting on a pair of pants. I mean, like I tell everybody, man, I'm a wideout at heart, and probably the biggest learning thing is, everything that goes on off the field with college ball and all of that. But coaching wideouts, man, is easy. I mean, I'm doing something I love to do, something I've been doing since I was 5 years old, so, I don't know, man. I mean, college ball is exactly what I thought it would be. Recruiting is different, with everything that goes on now, with NIL and all of that stuff, that changes every single day, but coaching wideouts and pouring into guys on and off the field and helping to take these young boys and helping to turn them into young men is, it's what I do. He's been coming along great, man. Being a mid-year for him was huge. It gave me an opportunity to learn the offense. And one of the things was it gave me the opportunity to learn the offense and then go through it again this fall, and you could just see everything slowing down for him. When things start to slow down for a wideout, that means you're starting to understand the details, you're starting to read coverages, and you're starting to understand where you're supposed to be in these different schemes that we're running. So he had a really good camp, and really good kid, man. Really good kid, fun to coach. He's a gym rat. I have to put him out of the room, and he's gonna help us out. So the 4 times, you have no idea how many people hit me up on social media. They're like, "What's the answers?" All right, so let me make sure I got them down. There is end of the half, end of the game, 4th down, and when you're going for a 2-point conversion. Got it? Go ahead and tweet it out, because they're hitting me for it.